Well, that took longer than freaking hell. That really did take long. I don't know how long because but it did take long. So I promised a live, um, as one does. My Bose headphones won't connect to this phone. What I'm gonna do tomorrow before I give my imaginary designer um, the phone is he'll get it. Actually, he won't get it till Saturday. But what I'm going to do is start working Friday evenings because we go out on a Thursday evenings, which is fantastic. Um, in a way, uh, well, I don't know. Thursdays are a bit of a weird one. You can never get your head around them, but um, because everything's swapped round, Saturdays are now a free day unless I'm at Mike's, which is either a field day. Well, it will be a field day, out in the field. Oh wow! Have I got? Hold on. Anyway, I've never really had any comments on these streams, but anyway, who gives a shit? It's me just talking bollocks. Um, and if that's what you're into, I'd say I'm gonna do. I'm gonna. Let's try this mother. Well, she's not too bright. That is lovely. Nice glowing. I don't know if you can see it. Looks pretty cool. I haven't had that on for ages because. Yeah, I haven't had that on for ages because my eyes pretty shit. I probably still won't have that. I mean, it's not too bad. I can bear it. I want to have my favourite light back on my favourite light, which is on the side there. Um, it's a pretty cool light as well. It's get the old side trance music on later on. So yeah, the Bose CQC, fucking hell. The need to get them repaired. I'll get someone to help me repair them. Um, but yeah, so the Saturdays are like 3 days, and I'll be going to do field days. But I'm also gonna do my pretend radio show as well, which I'm doing Friday this week. I'm doing my pretend radio show on the Friday of this week, which means that I'll do it on the Friday evening. Oh shit! No, I can't. Just remembered. So I'm snookered for both days. Damn it! I can pre-record, but it's for Sunday anyway. But what I want to do is have that Saturday afternoon spare for doing my shows. I was sort of like gonna. What I might do is set up on the Thursday evening, like before we head out to the pub, and then when I come back, I've got everything set up for the following days, and I can do the 3 hour show. It's gonna be fantastic. But anyway, also, I basically I'm also thinking of doing. I want to do sort of a live cast thing. People have asked me to do stuff, like Magic Silver Room, where it's at, live streams. But the channel isn't about that anymore. Maybe I should do, because it's more communal based stuff, and maybe it's like, yeah, maybe so. But yeah, it's just all different. It's not that channel anymore. I think I've just pissed off a spider. Anyway, what the fuck was I talking about? So yeah, like, that's the whole thing. The channel is going in slightly different directions than when I started it. No longer about Magic Silver Room, unfortunately. But we are doing Magic Silver Room stuff on this channel as a series. We're doing Magic Silver Room stuff. We're doing Driving Your Own Vision back again. We're doing Creative Thoughts. We're doing Creative Thoughts Live. We're doing all that kind of stuff, all on this channel. And we are doing a Creative Thoughts live stream, but I don't know when that's going to be. I know some people were worried about my weight and saying, "Hey, Stephen, you haven't got an eating disorder." But then there's people that were really worried. Oh, that app's gonna go because it's fucking pissing me off. I've never had an app piss me off so much in all my life. I've not actually been. Well, I used my phone loads today, but um, I won't be doing tomorrow unless I need to. Yes, I can't believe my phone is telling me that I'm going to turn into a pumpkin in less than. Oh, I will turn into a pumpkin. Fuck me. Anyway, I can't swear on the other live stream, but I'll swear on this. I will swear on the Hangouts only. They're unscripted shit. It's to prove it's live, isn't it? The channel has changed. It's evolved and revolved, and it really has changed. I mean, YouTube's changed itself. YouTube's not the same as it once was. My secondary channel is a lot better than this one. This channel is like a fucking workplace, and I always think my stepdad is like, he watches on his television. Doesn't watch this channel. I don't think he does watch it, but doesn't watch these streams. We hope. Let's just hope that he doesn't watch them. Um, but I just feel. Could you imagine? Next day, Stephen, I watched a stream last night and it was terrible. You were going on about all this stuff and it was terrible. Anyway, especially when I'm sounding like an attention seeker. We autistics do. I mean, get us together in a group and we're like echo chambers. I hate autistic Facebook groups with uh, where you get. I mean, some autistic people are great in there, but some aren't. And you're just thinking, yeah, well, but then some of them are fantastic, and then they'll listen to you and like, why are you in the same boat as me? Well, I'm autistic, man. I'm in the same fucking boat as you. I'm in the same, because the thing is, when you're autistic, um, you, people, um, uh, the thing is, people can shit on you from great heights, and they're allowed to. Um, and they're allowed to fuck you up and down and sideways and upside down in a metaphorical speak. Because the world is technically, society hasn't learnt, because it's like you get these people who are you get these proud people that they've learnt to respect that. There was a time when elders were respected and were honoured. Now, elders aren't respected and honoured because they've bent a few people over and God knows what else. You get people that have abused their powers, that kind of, you would have looked to, people you would have looked up to a good few years ago. Now, you look down upon them, and whether you had looked up to them, from a great height. Now you want to piss on their feet. Sorry, I meant spit on their feet. Probably do both, but because, like, I don't know about you, but the police, is just one prime example. Um, bosses at work, headmasters and headmistresses. You don't know why look up to these people. And then you have Jeremy Hunt, who is treating disabled people like we're in the workhouse. Conformity stinks, but those proud people want conformity because it's what they learnt in the 60s and 70s. going back, even back to the 50s and 40s and 30s. You looked up to your lords and ladies. You used your manners. You respected your families. You went and helped people. I mean, um, it's like some people when someone's proud when they do something like buy a girl flowers. You know, I mean, technically, I think that's a load of bullshit because I don't know. I just do. I think you trying to. There's ways to win a girl over, but okay, yeah, fine if you. But I mean, if a woman's down, whatever, you know, uh, buy her tissues or whatever, you know, kind of you've got to sort of not worship her in a way, but kind of um, run to her, run to her aid. Um, you know, uh, I've been watching too much Downton Abbey, but the world. I mean, goodness grief, it's like I mean, people say, "Oh, Stephen, you don't know that," but I don't know. Uh, the way I show affection is very, very, very different. I find it difficult to love, but I don't find. Excuse me. I find it too difficult to love people. I'm not talking about making love. I'm talking about um, giving love or receiving love, if that makes any sense. Um, it, goodness grief, we're going down a bit of a path here. But technically, uh, there is people who um, there is people who I can push someone away pretty easily, but there's someone who I'm not going to mention any names at the moment because um, they subliminally wanted to. I was sort of yelling, not yelling at them, but sort of um, subliminally yelling, if that makes any sense. Um, I think my autism was yelling, not me personally, but um, I didn't think they were seeing my point or getting my point across. And I just said to them, look, I'm this person that will try to push you away. If you're going to help me, there's like, oh, you don't have to tell me this, but I was like, no, no, I will. And, you know, because if you want to help me, I might as well tell you, but I'm just going to let you know that I'll try. And, uh, I will try, just to warn you, pre-warn. People, but it's this whole sort of love thing. Like there is people out there like um, I'll use them as like an object kind of thing. It's not as bad, but it's not as easy, if you know what I mean. There's people out there that there's some great objects out there, but then again, there's people who, um, and another thing as well is there's people who really shock me on how they can read social cues pretty quickly or slowly. It depends. Um, and so I don't know. Some people don't get it, and some people do. But I wanted to say to you, for those who are worrying, I have decided to get the support to kick myself up the ass. Have other people kick me up the ass as well. It's been, that's how it happens. For somebody to boot you up the ass naturally is something that needs to happen. Um, but you have to help yourself. You have to know you want the help and need to receive it first of all. Um, because I know the demons are always going to keep crawling back, no matter how much they get defeated. I mean, I've watched early videos and I've said to people I don't really want to remember lockdown, but I did say that when I come out of lockdown, I'm going to go see a doctor. And people are like, oh, Stephen, you don't need to do that. So I thought, well, actually, I don't need to do that. It's like an excuse, but if someone's offering support now, um, I'm not going to turn it down because I know that I should have done it years ago. Which I said in one of my previous lives. Um, and I think eating disorders, um, I wouldn't technically class myself as having an eating disorder, but I class my relationship with food is not technically a good one because even now I see it on a road to recovery for being healthy. I still, even though I've lost a bit of weight, I will be honest and say that I do find, talking about food very, very difficult. Um, so I've got some mental scars that unfortunately don't show. But um, you know, um, I mean, I've had a couple of shocks. One being related to liver, but I can't talk about that because that would mean I'd have to tell a personal story which isn't mine. My story was in 2013 when I'd have fatty liver, but you already know that one. But this has hit. There's something that's hit a bit more closer to home and closer to me, you personally, I think. And it was the shock I needed, but still nothing still pushed me enough to. I mean, and when spoke to mummy tonight, I was joking about it, like, but which I think is the best thing. But I thought I don't really want to talk about my weight with my mother. Don't really want to, as long as I'm on the road to recovery, that's a good thing. Um, but so you're now 15 minutes to being a pumpkin. 20 minutes. 20 minutes to being a pumpkin. Um, but I guess nobody talks on YouTube about food and autism or food and issues with food. They don't talk about it properly. They'll give their own sort of story to it. But I think shying away from the problem is one thing, but getting support for it. And I think the thing is to get the support that you need is the thing, and to be on the road to recovery. Because I've been down some dark alleys, believe me, and I think anybody with a problem that's um, you know, whatever the problem may be, if they don't see what the problem is, they'll go headfirst into a yellow void. Uh, if you know what I mean. And I've made myself ill a few times, but I think the times when I could have got the help, I kept refusing it. So that's also my fault as well. But yeah, it's difficult. I'd rather just be on the road to recovery. I mean, I'm happy that I'm on the road to recovery. But then there's also some issues, boys and girls. It's like when you're trying to fix something and it's not technically fixed. I did tell my I did tell my mother out. I did tell my mother straight. Said I'm not having another beer I'm not having another beer tonight because that's cost us 3 pints last week, but it was a one-off. But I did say I'm not having a pint. I'm not having another pint this week. I'm having my Diet Coke this week, please, mother. Told her off because I was a bit annoyed. I was like, one off. I don't mind having a pint, one off, but um, you know. But I am finding things hard at the moment, so but I am making them easier as well. So, but that's just to let you guys know. So it's uh, bloody hell. Let's get on to this bloody topic. The other thing I want to address while we're all here um, is the bit annoyed with the no, not annoyed. Annoyed's not the word. Um, I think frustrated with the way my company's going. And I think if we stretch into Bootle somehow, we'll be able to grow the agency. Because, Southport's only small as a pea, and the customers we have in this town are terrible. They're the worst customers I've, not the worst customer I've ever met, because I've got a few customers that are still in here. We've got some good customers, but not a great handful of them. So our community's kind of going to be wider than it would have been. And we've managed to kick the cliques in the balls, technically, because they're the poisonous ones and the ones that are most toxic. They really grind my gears, to be honest. I mean, we had a virtual office in the Cherish there, and we still kept hold of it even after I'd had the conversation. And then we said, "Oh well, we can't pay for this anymore," so we got rid of it. It was costing us a lot more than so now we just go there. And people do ask, and I'm like, please don't ask, because we can't really talk about it, to be honest. Because I don't really want to fall out with Cherish, but that was a situation that they were in. And the customers weren't even going there, which we had it set up and everything for the customers, but the customer space went elsewhere. And I mean, our company would have fallen apart if we'd have kept on doing what we were doing. And another reason why it was falling apart was because people were, I'm not going to mention any names, but there were people that was, yes, I know it's not charging your stupid phone. There were people that were spreading poison. People spread poison because there was a lot of jealousy in the air, but there was also a lot of cliques. And we just felt everybody in this neighborhood, there's not a lot of young people here. And it's like, look how big our community could have been if people hadn't given a hefty kick in the balls, And we're trying to get an office open in Bradford. 2 offices open in Bradford, I've got a family friend who's sorting that out nicely for us. So working with them, and we're getting off open in Bradford because then that gives us some nice links. But we won't be going to that office. It's just there. It's just um, a desk there. But I really would like to have an office in. I know it's not charging your stupid phone. Um, I would like an office in the Strand, looking forward, or not in the Strand, but in Bootle area because it's such a big area around the area. In Liverpool, somewhere like that. This is sounding a bit like an MGRX meeting now. So this is what we'd like to do, and this is how we'd like to update things. Dearie me. And I'll be sending you all update packs soon. Oh dear. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to finish this because there is a mix I want to listen to, and my AirPods are falling out my ears. It's brilliant. Good night, all.